Hi everyone, this is an update to the Sapporo Miso Ramen video that I made while I was living in Tokyo, Japan. So I'm just going to go right to it and show you the ingredients and what I got.
Okay, so I bought some pork belly chops from H Mart.
Sake, some bamboo shoots, really hard to find. The Japanese style premium noodles Sapporo Miso flavor soup base, that's what makes this soup so special. Just went to any local store, get some garlic paste.
Alright, take the pork belly and salt and pepper all sides of the meat. Make sure to get all ends.
I'm going to go and cook it on high heat. It's going to be pan seared, so it's really going to be really quick. But you're going to be cooking with the fatty side down first, so it gets a nice fat oil. There's no other real oil going to be used. And remember that since it's such a big piece of meat, really thick, you want to make sure to get all sides of it too. Even the ends. You got to stand it up. Alright, so actually after you pan seared all sides of the meat, you're going to want to take about a half cup of sake, because we all love sake, and pour it around the meat.
Now fill the pan with water until it reaches the top of the meat.
I'm going to turn my temperature down to about 6, which is about a medium, and then I'm going to cover it. I'm going to let the meat boil. I might have to add in some more water, because the water might boil down a little bit, but I'm going to do this and cook this for about 2 hours. And as it's cooking for about 2 hours, as it starts to boil, you're going to want to start turning down the temperature a little bit to kind of do a little slow boil. Alright, so it's been 2 hours later. I've actually turned the dial down to about a 3 now. I actually added 1 cup of water extra, just because it was actually getting low on some of the levels. As you can see, the meat, nice and tender. Cut off a small slice just to test it, you know. That's it. Whoa. Whoa. I'm good. Now what we do with the rest of the juices right now, I'm going to pour the juices into another pan. And we're going to cover it and let it sit overnight. Basically, we're going to let all that fat that's from all the meat here congeal. We're going to use that fat for cooking our vegetables. See you tomorrow. Alright, so it's the next morning. It's about 11 o'clock. I just pre-boiled some eggs. Just 2 eggs, because it's just going to be myself and my wife. I'm trying to keep it for a smaller recipe than the one recipe that was shown on the Sapporo Miso Ramen one. As you can see, it's all congealed to a nice little fatty goo. I'm going to use that fat for cooking our vegetables with. I'm just trying to skim the top part. As you can see, probably didn't have enough water into it, so that the gel I'm going to be saving when I cook the eggs with. Alright, so I just deshelled the eggs. Now I'm going to take them, I'm going to put them into my vat that had the gel. This actually should have a bit more water to it, as it was in the video. And the reason why, we're just going to boil it and let it sit for about an hour or so. And these juices are going to soak right into the eggs. Alright, so my lovely wife has sliced up the meat and the scallions. The next part, I'm just going to open up the can of bamboo shoots, just pour out some of the juices, put them into a separate bowl. We're going to take our fat. I'm going to start cooking up basically the base. I'm going to set my pan to about medium, high heat, medium. Put in the fat. Yeah, it's a lot of fat. I should actually take out some fat just so it can be healthy. I'm going to take out some fat, alright? We don't need that much. There we go. Put in about this much fat. We just need it mostly for the oil and the taste. What about the bean sprouts? Just put them to a separate pan. Add in scallions. And then we are going to add in the garlic paste. He squeezed in about this much, I believe, garlic paste. So I'm figuring that's about as much as I'm going to do too. That's about right. Alright, and with the chicken, I'm only going to be doing about half of the chicken. And mix it all in. Crush, 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 to quote Mr. Izumi. I probably added a bit too much chicken to this. Again, next time I'll probably use a little bit less, because like I said, the chicken is mostly just for the taste of the broth. It's more of a pork soup. Now we're going to add in our broth, but not the eggs. We're just going to let the eggs sit in there. Now this broth here is actually pretty strong. So we're actually just going to add a little bit of water to it, just to kind of tone it down. We're going to let this boil for a bit. And then I'm going to pour in some of the juices from here to cook my bean sprouts. My lovely wife reminded me that I should probably wash the bean sprouts before we cook them. Alright, so we have our 2 packages of noodles. They actually give you oil to cook with. We actually have our oil here, but this is our paste that we're going to be using for our broth. Now we're just going to take a little bit of juices from our soup base and add them to our bean sprouts so that we can cook our bean sprouts a little bit. Not too much. We're going to also try not to grab too much chicken bits as well. Alright, so now that the bean sprouts have been cooked a bit, we're going to turn them off. As you see, I got still a lot of juices. We're going to pour the juices right back in. So I'm going to take our miso paste, squeeze it into our bowls here. Now that we have the paste in there, the miso paste, we add your soup mixture with the chicken and everything.
Drain the ramen noodles.
Place it in. Now this is the part where you're going to have to act fast. Because as soon as you start placing these noodles in there, these noodles are going to soak up the broth. You add in your eggs, add in the meat, add in our bamboo shoots, the bean sprouts, and there you go.